What's going on, Gen Nation? Scythex here with a quick review of the Nintendo Direct that happened recently. I have some thoughts, but first, let me get into a little mini rant. I have a problem with the Nintendo brand, specifically the Nintendo company, I should say. They think we are puppets, and honestly, for the most part, most Nintendo fans kind of are, and I hate to say that. They will not lower the price of their games. If the game came out the first year of the Switch, why is it still $60? If you want Smash Brothers, if you want Breath of the Wild, you're still paying full price. Like, they won't give you a break in pricing. It's just, they know you're going to pay for it. You are paying for it. And they don't really care. We're all pawns to them. So it kind of aggravates me that because like, you look at Xbox and PlayStation and PC, you know how many times you can get a free game that's like a major title, major exclusive is what I'm trying to say. Like Detroit Become Human was was one of the big four of PS4. PS Plus, boom, free. You know how many times you can get a sale on a game? Xbox Game Pass, everything's pretty much free on there. Like, Nintendo, they don't care. You're paying full price. There are no sales. It's annoying. And being a Switch owner myself, I could say it's not the most impressive console they made. The N64 was innovative. Every Nintendo console was a boost in innovation and game quality. Nintendo was like groundbreaking. Super Nintendo was kind of their response to the Sega Genesis. 16-bit, groundbreaking. N64, groundbreaking. 64 bits, obviously. What do we got here? Nintendo Wii. I mean, movement. The Wii what were they called? I mean, they're Joy-Cons now, but the Wii sticks, I forget the proper name for them. Innovation is what I'm getting at. The Wii was probably the last best console they've made. The Wii U was trash. It was a step backwards, and it was basically ports of Wii games. And they went the same route with the Switch. The Switch is like, you get a couple new games, and when I say new games, they're really just sequels to the ongoing series of Marios and Zeldas, and anything nostalgic to get you to buy it. Is basically what Nintendo is. But the Switch is using motion like the Wii. I mean, they don't even have the graphic capacity to do new style games. You're honestly getting 720p out of a Switch. 720p. The Switch should have came out 10 years ago. If the Switch came out 10 years ago, this thing would have been a gem. But here we are, 2021. We have 720p gaming. Everything's a cartoon because it can't handle realism for the most part. It really can't. And yeah, it's a step backwards. It's a step backwards. They were the third or the fourth best console by default during last generation. Now the new gens come out now, and with the PS5 and the Series X, and PC's always PC with their new graphic cards always coming out. Yeah, Switch, we're still on 720p, and Breath of the Wild still $60, $65. So Nintendo, they need to get their shit together. Or they just don't care. They probably just don't care. We'll buy it. Hey, we'll buy it. It's a new Zelda. They'll buy it. So that was kind of it was supposed to be a mini rant, and I can most likely go longer because there's a lot of bones to pick with Nintendo. But this video is specifically for the Nintendo Direct. I have some things that I wanted to see, and it was a big letdown. So with that being said, let's get into it and see what they showed us. Oh, by the way, I will be skipping or briefly going over games that I are less relevant to me, that I'm just not interested in. So yeah, let's get into it. If you're having a Nintendo Direct, you can bank on Smash Brothers getting a new character. That's their go-to. That's gonna get the juices flowing in the Nintendo head's mind. Yo, new Smash. Oh, it's a new character. Meh. That's their go-to. Hey, we got nothing to show. Let's give them a character. With that being said, Pyra and Mythra are coming to Smash. It's kind of a big deal as I make fun of it, but it's kind of a big deal because Smash Brothers is Nintendo's best fighting game. It's their, groundbreaking fighter. But there's tournaments, there's everything revolves around Smash Brothers. They're pulling in rights to other characters from different genres, or different platforms. It's a major title for Nintendo. So I understand why they keep pumping out new characters, but it's kind of like, come on, man, give us something new. Moving on, Fall Guys. Fall Guys was pretty crazy back in the day, and in typical Nintendo fashion, they're late to the party. Fall Guys is dropping summer 2021. Outer Wilds, haven't played the game, heard good things about it. That's also dropping summer 2021. Interesting. There's a game called Famicom Detective Club. This was a Japanese only game. It's basically a murder mystery. Oh, I mean, it is a murder mystery game from what I gather. It's dropping May 14th for North America. So it's a pretty big deal. The game's never been out in North America. You're getting two. I don't know if they're separate games or chapters, but you're getting two murder stories. One is called The Missing Heir. The other is called The Girl Who Stands Behind. The Missing Heir is murder in a haunted village. The Girl Who Stands Behind is a supernatural rumor of a mysterious death. Overall, the game looked pretty cool. It looks like there's a lot of choices and investigations, things happening that you kind of have to figure out the story, figure out the case. So it seemed pretty interesting. That's dropping May 14th. Samurai Warrior 5. looked very cool to me, only because it was in a Borderlands style art direction. It kind of seemed like a big battle Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima, you're just samurais, going wild, and the art style is very cool, very Borderlands. That is coming summer of 2021. Legend of Mana Remastered, one of the million remastered games on the Switch. That is coming June 24th. And the most interesting part of that, I guess, is you can have the remastered soundtrack or go with the original soundtrack. Capcom is releasing Monster Hunter Rise. Now, I'm not a Monster Hunter fan. I played the beta, hated it. Not my type of game, but I will say the graphics for this game, I don't know if they used an engine or they used a PC version of it, but in the trailer that I saw, the graphics for this game looked pretty close to current gen, or at least a PlayStation 4 gen. With that being said, it was a trailer and actual gameplay remains to be seen. So we'll see, but that game is coming March 26th. Now, the most interesting thing, in my opinion, of this whole thing, of this whole direct, honestly, is Mario Golf, as you see on screen here. Mario Golf has a pretty cool mode coming. First of all, the game's coming, and it looks fun. It looks like it's actually normal golf courses. I thought you'd get like a Rainbow Road, golf course, or Mushroom Kingdom golf course, and maybe it's in there, but I didn't see it in what they showed us. But you're getting a speed golf scenario mode where basically you all tee off at the same time, and it's a race to the end of the cup to sink in the ball. Sorry, which is pretty cool to me. It's almost like a last man standing type of thing. Like, hey, I got there first, and then it just you keep knocking out, I guess, the other players. I don't know. It looks like a lot of fun, and you can use your abilities. You can have, the star and the flower and, the fire flower and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. They also have multiplayer versus. So you are able to play online with your friends, which is pretty dope. Another thing they have is a story mode. Now, me characters are boring to me. I'm tired of it. It was okay on the Wii. I don't need it. It's kind of annoying to me. So, but they do have a story mode for your me character where you can, earn, build up your character's attributes and things like that to become a better golfer in the game. So that is coming June 25th. I'm looking forward to that. Tales from Borderlands is a choice-driven narrative game. It is set between Borderlands 2 and 3. So that's pretty exciting if you're into Borderlands. You kind of get a nice bridge between the two games. I don't remember if it said when it's coming out, but look for that coming soon, I would imagine. What else we got? Classic arcade games such as 1943, Ghosts and Goblins, Street Fighter 2. Those seem to be coming to the Switch relatively soon, and it's gonna have local co-op play. So split screen. I mean, Street Fighter, you'll just see your two characters, but I'm sure there'll be split screen play and a bunch of other variations of that with the co-op. So that's pretty cool. Old school arcade games are always fun. It's good to relive those. Stubbs the Zombie. You play as a zombie. That's all I got for you. March 16th. No More Heroes 3. You are Travis Touchdown, and you're going up against assassins, which are apparently aliens. It's a fighter style game. My biggest problem with it is apparently you have to do odd jobs to earn your way into the tournament. The odd jobs such as you have to mow a lawn. Like what? What, Nintendo? Is this Persona 5 where you have to go to school and stuff? Like, come on, man. That's boring. Boring. The fighting looked kind of interesting, but I'm not mowing a lawn to play this game. August 27th. Look for that. Next. Let me compose myself. Next. DC Superhero Girls. I hate this game with a passion. Superhero games should be badass. You're going up against badass villains, even if you're trying to make it kid friendly. I mean, superhero Marvel superheroes, Lego Batman. It's Legos. It's for kids. It's also super entertaining, super fun, and it's just silly in the best way. DC Superhero Girls, you basically look like the Powder Puff Girls, if you remember that cartoon back in the day. You have to go to school in the game. You go shopping with your friends. You take selfies. And occasionally you fight a bad guy. That's a hard bullshit pass for me. No thank you. I want nothing to do with this game, even though it's for kids. Like I said, kids' games can be fun, obviously. Lego superheroes. It's like, I hate the art style. I hate the way it is. Going to school, like I said in the other game, doing chores, and like, that's not what I want in a video game. Get that bullshit out of here. Whatever. It's coming out June 4th, if you're into it. Miitopia. Yeah, that's past. Super Mario characters are invading Animal Crossing. February 25th. Yeah. Triangle Strategy. That is a working title. It comes out the year 2022. It's a turn-based style game from Square Enix. So we'll see more about that later, I assume. Now here's one I'm very interested in. Star Wars Hunter. It's coming out in the year it's coming out this year, actually, 2021. Probably everything Star Wars related is usually in the fall, Christmas time. So I assume that's when it's coming out, although they didn't mention it. It's going to be free to play, which is pretty major. And the story is in between episode 5 and episode 6. Which is awesome to me. It's canon to the Skywalker saga. So what story are they going to tell us that bridges those two movies together? And it's a first-person shooter style game. So I'm super into this. I'm super excited to see what they show us as we get closer to release. Hopefully it doesn't get pushed back. But look for that this year. Knockout City. I'm not really sure what to make of this game. But this is dropping May 21st. Ninja Gaiden Sigma 1, 2, and Razor's Edge. That is coming. It's another remaster, another port, whatever you want to call it. That's coming soon. Didn't catch a date, but look for that. Ninja Gaiden's always great, so I'm sure it'll be fun for many reasons, nostalgic and gameplay and everything. So Hyrule Warriors. Now we're getting into the Zelda stuff. And don't get too excited. Hyrule Warriors has a new expansion coming to its Age of Calamity. It looked pretty decent, I guess. I didn't catch a date for it, but that is coming soon. So look out for that. I never played Hyrule Warriors. So if anyone in the comments wants to tell me what they think of that game, I'm open to play it. So let me know if it's worth it. Next we have Zelda. Now this was like their anchor, their the big bang, if you will. Zelda Skyward Sword HD is coming soon. This is a game that came out in 2011 for the Wii. So it's a port or a remaster. They're calling it HD, whatever. The big thing about this is it actually looks good. They almost Breath of the Wild it in a sense. They were able to pull it up to the crappy graphics that Nintendo Switch can handle, but they brought it up to that. The cool thing about it, I guess, is the Joy-Cons. You can swing the sword with the Joy-Cons, or with the other Joy-Con, you can hold the shield up. So you can actually block and shield and, jig with the sword, with the Master Sword or whatever, and swing your weapons with the other Joy-Con, which is pretty cool. You also have the button mode if you don't feel like getting sweaty. That comes out July 16th. And what's cool about Skyward Sword, if you never played it, it's the earliest story to the Zelda franchise. So it's basically an origin, if you will. You also get to see how the Master Sword was created. So that's neat. The game itself is good. It's just another remaster. It's another remaster coming to the Switch. And with that, I'm going to say there was no Breath of the Wild 2 news. And in my mind, that's a major fail. A major, major, major fail. Wow, we're getting a port. We're getting Powder Puff Supergirl. No Breath of the Wild 2 news, and that was the biggest thing people wanted from this Nintendo Direct. That and the rumored Switch Pro, which they didn't mention at all. So it's still a rumor at this point. I mean, this Direct was a complete fail. It was a complete fail. Yeah, they showed me a couple cool things. Overall, they honestly showed nothing. I could have watched a Mario Golf trailer on its own. I didn't need an hour-long Direct to get me that. Cool Skyward Sword. It's another remaster, nothing new. It's an old story being brought back to life. We wanted Breath of the Wild 2, and all they said was, news on that coming soon. So, in a Nintendo Direct 6 months from now, when they're gearing up for the holiday season, look out for that Zelda news. Oh boy. This is why, I have such issues with Nintendo, because they think this is okay. Showing us this garbage, and 90% of this Direct was garbage. They think that's okay. Like I said, overall, this was a pretty lackluster Nintendo Direct. After not having one for quite some time. I mean, come on. Everyone, including myself, was looking forward to that, to the possibility of new IPs. Maybe even, the new console, whatever. But most of all, it was Breath of the Wild 2. Either info or a first look or whatever. All it was, again, remasters, old games. a new expansion, a couple new titles, or a Japanese only game moving to North America, which is cool. But it's not new. It's new to us, but it's not new. Again, Skyward Sword Master, it looked good. Still old. Give us something new. Give us something new, Nintendo. Star Wars. Star Wars is new. That's dope. Like, give me more of that. If I was going to rank this Nintendo Direct, I would probably just say it's a 3 out of 10, and that's just pulling a 3 out of nowhere. Because it wasn't a total loss, but it might as well have been. Again, the 3 is Skyward Sword actually looked decent. Star Wars. That's that. Mario Golf. I mean, we're gonna come up with a ranking. We haven't done it yet. It's still we're bouncing around ideas. If you have ideas, feel free to put in the comments on a proper ranking system. But if it was gonna be like a trash can, it's 10 trash cans, or would you call that a dumpster? It's a dumpster fire. Direct. 3 out of 10. That's my ranking. We'll see when the next Nintendo Direct's coming. If you liked any of the games or excited for any of the games coming out, let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to the channel. Make sure you like the video, and again, comment. Let me know what you thought. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/Scythex_. I live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Scythex, and hit up all the generational gaming bros, dude. Just do it. I probably will have socials and all that stuff in the description, so look out for that. And I think that'll do it for me. So with that being said, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope we get more from Nintendo. And as always, GG.